Okay, I want to tell you about gerunds and infinitives. This is not a difficult thing to understand, but it is generally a problem for the students because you need to memorize. I cannot give you many explanations about this point because in most of the cases, certain verbs are followed by gerunds, other verbs are followed by infinitives, and the only way to know which are which is to study the lists. Anyway, there are certain things I can tell you. For example, try to remember my tips because I'm pretty sure they are going to be very helpful. Gerunds are like nouns. So take note. Gerunds are like nouns. So many times when you are reading a gerund, the translation could be like a verb, but also like a noun. For example, when you say running, you may mean the action of running, but also running as a sport. Look at this. It says that we can use a gerund as the subject of the sentence. For example, growing tomatoes always gave him a good profit. The subject of the verb gave is the action of growing tomatoes. Gerunds can also be the object of the sentence. Nobody likes waiting for too long. The verb is likes. And what is that nobody likes? What is that thing that nobody likes? Waiting for too long, you see? That would be the object of the verb like. This is another tip you need to remember. So another thing to note down. In general, after a preposition, an adjective plus preposition, a verb plus preposition, you will use a gerund. The success depends on learning, ing. That's a very good tip. Please remember, please write that down so that you remember, okay? This is a simple one. The expressions that go with go. So you can go skiing, you can go jogging, you can go fishing, you can go dancing, you can go shopping, you can go many activities, and that activity is mentioned, is presented as a gerund. By the way, I take advantage of this point and I wrote go shopping, and I wanted you to remember, please, that go shopping means ir de compras. Okay? So shopping means compras. So when you say I went to a shopping, you're saying fui a un compras. Me fui a un compras. You understand? No. You can go to a shopping mall, like Unicenter, for example. But you go shopping to a shopping mall. Next. Well, this is a list that you need to study. But it's important that you study this, which I am going to check next class, because the list is much longer than this. So then you will have to study more. But I promise that if you study a short list first, when a longer list comes, some of them will be already too familiar to you. So it is a longer list, yes, but most of them you already know. So this is a list to copy, to have down for use every time you have to do an exercise. So when you have to do an exercise on gerunds and infinitives during the course of the preparation, and do not guess, go to the list and use it, because every time you use the list, your brain is memorizing the verbs, the correct verbs. If you go guessing, well, and sometimes it's okay and sometimes it's not okay. So yeah, you are not learning. You're always making the same mistakes. Okay, this is an exercise I want you to do. So I will wait. Start doing it. I want you to put the sentences in order. Number 1, dislikes, meeting, at work, Brenda, strangers. It's not difficult. It's a very easy exercise. It's just to warm up. So come on. Number 2, waiting here. 3, it's a question. Careful with number 3. Well, number 2 was a question too, because of the order of the words. Okay, you should be going to number 4 already. Number 4 has an expression. No pude evitar. Okay, number 5. Okay. Well, if you have not been able to finish, I will give you a few minutes at the end of this, okay? Now continue with me. It's important that you pay attention to the next thing. All right. Here we have another small list, short list. Again, you have to study this for next class. Please do it, but really do it with all your heart, because this is the first list and it is short. So it will really help you to study this short list. Okay, come on. Next. This is another important thing to remember. This will help you a lot. Remember I said that there are adjectives and adverbs that are followed by a preposition and then a gerund. Well, this is a different case. This is an adjective followed by to. For example, Tom was surprised to see his wife so enthusiastic. Surprised to see. Look at this. You will remember this one. When you meet somebody for the first time, you say, oh, pleased to meet you, or glad to meet you, or nice to meet you. You remember that one, okay? Those you know already because you have repeated that many times. So remember that one. And so when you're in front of these and you have a sentence like, Tom was surprised, he's one, or I am glad you too. So remember, pleased to meet you. Okay, so it's an infinitive. Remember that one, okay? Okay, now we said there is a list of verbs which are followed by gerunds. You have to study. Another list of verbs which are followed by infinitives. You have to study that. Now, there are certain verbs that can be followed by a gerund or an infinitive, and it's the same, no problem. For example, it started snowing, or it started to snow. Okay, same thing. He likes reading at night. He likes to read at night. No problem. No problem. You can say one thing or the other, it's all right. That's good. But, oh, before we go on, I have another exercise for you. Okay, quick. So, right, number one, and decide if it is going or to go. Lucy loves going out with Tim or loves to go out with Tim. Choose one. Then write number two and decide between doing and to do. Three now. I'm glad to meet you. Four. Now this is a verb, right? It's not like nice to meet you, glad to meet you, which are adjectives. Being used to is an expression. Being accustomed to, so it's a different thing, right? To here works like as a preposition. Five. I know some of them you might be guessing now. I know because you have not studied the list yet. The next class, it will not be guessing. Number six. That's a difficult one. Seven. This is easy. It's an expression to feel like eight. Okay, have you finished? All right. Okay, so next here. Now, there are verbs that can be followed by a gerund or an infinitive, but the meaning of the verb will change. In the previous slide, before the exercise, we saw these verbs that followed by gerund, infinitive, no problem, same thing. And now I'm telling you, you know this already, this is a revision, that there are certain verbs that can be followed by a gerund or an infinitive, but different meanings. And I have a little tip to help you with that. Okay. You see here, I have the sentence, I remembered to call her. And I have another sentence down here. Oh, that's a mistake. I want to kill myself. Wait, I know. I'm going to do something. Wait. I know I can do something, but I'm not sure how yet. Yes, now I know. There. Okay. I remembered calling her. I'm sorry for these guys. Okay. All right, so now, yes, let me explain to you. Now I disappeared. I want to come back so that you can see me. Yeah. Okay, so the same verb, remember. When it is followed by the infinitive, I want to show you that, you see, the first verb is remember. So the first verb, so the first thing that happens is the first verb. So first, I remembered. And then I called her. So this is the second verb. And so when I remember first and call her after that, I use the infinitive. Now go here with me. What happened here? Okay. Forgot about these two. Oh, I hate that too. Okay. I remembered calling her. I have to cross it out because I detest having these two here. Out with you too. I remembered calling her. Now, here first I have the verb remember, and then I have the verb call, but it was not that the order of the things. First, I called her, and then I said, oh, I forgot to call her. And somebody said, no, yes, you did call her. No, I don't remember. Yes, it was yesterday morning, was it? Oh, yes, I called her. So you see, now I remember something that I did in the past. Let me show you with a different example. Wait. Hello again. Okay, here for example. Liam forgot to call her. So what happened? He forgot. So the next thing to call her didn't happen. So the thing that was supposed to happen next didn't happen because he forgot. Now in the sentence, Liam forgot calling her. He called her, but then he forgot. So something happened, he called her, and then he forgot doing that. So calling her is the action that happened first, and then it is in ing. Okay, let me see this with a different one. Let's go to this one. I like this one, the last one. We stopped to talk. So two things, stopped and talk. The first one here in the sentence is stop, and the second one is talk. And that's the real situation because he stopped first and then in time he talked. And so the second one goes with the infinitive. But in the second example here, we stopped talking. Again, we have the action of stopping and the action of talking, but this is not the real order. The real order is that first I was talking and then I stopped doing that. You see, it is in real time, it is the other way about. So when it is like that, when I was talking and then I stopped, I use the ing because the action was happening. And when I stop and then next I do something else, then the action goes in the infinitive. Okay, I don't know if this has been clear to you. Please, you ask me later on, okay? You say, Paula, I really couldn't understand your explanation of first verb, second verb, and all that, okay? All right. We're finishing. Don't worry. Stay with me. This is another case of a first verb, second verb. It's with regret. You know, regret, to be sorry. When you say, we regret to deliver your parcel not in time. So, I am giving you the parcel, but before I give you the parcel, okay, I'm already regretting. I am sorry that I am giving you the parcel. So first I regret and I give you the parcel with all, full of sorrow. Now, in the second example, we regret delivering your parcel not in time. Well, it happened that we did that, and now I realized, and I am sorry for that. Okay? So now I am sorry of something that I did. In the first one, I am sorry of something I am going to do. Okay? Now this case is different. It doesn't follow my invented logic of the previous ones. This is try. Try to do something and try doing something. Try to do generally means that it was a difficult thing. I don't know. For example, I want to take the batteries here out of this, and I try to open this. I try and try, but it's not possible. So then I think, oh, I can try throwing it against the wall. I can try doing that, which is not a problem. It's easy. I can just throw it, and maybe when it crashes against the wall, the batteries come out. Well, a crazy thing, but what I mean is the first one, try to, is tratar de hacer un esfuerzo por, and try doing es probar a ver qué pasa. No problem, easy thing. Okay, and we finish with another exercise. Okay, again, fast. You know what to do. Number one, on the right option. I make you do things fast because I need to train your brain to do things fast, because in the test you have little time. So you have to get used to doing activities fast. Well, I imagine you are number 4 already. Okay? Number 5. Well, guys, now you are supposed to have a sheet of paper with your answers. There were 3 exercises, the one of the sentences. Then there was a second exercise. This is the third one. Let me show you again. This is the last one. And then you had a previous exercise, which was this one, choosing again. And then the first exercise that you did, which was writing the sentences in order, this one. Okay? All right, so as I am going to finish this, and you have 5 minutes, not more than that, to take a picture of the answers and send them to me privately. I mean, not to the group, to me. Okay? 3 minutes. I'm going to stop now. I'm waiting for the pictures.